Good evening, everybody, and welcome to the halfway point of the season, JWE Summer Smackdown. Tonight we're in San Diego, California, where we're turning up the heat as history is on the line. Fiora is looking to become the first person in history in JWE history to successfully defend both belts in one night. Also, Akihiko has Akechi in his sights as he looks to not only take away his title, but also his perfect record of the year in their Iron Man match. Furthermore, Nagito Komaeda will try to expand on his ambush against Sir Bones just a few days ago and reclaim the men's Cruiserweight belt for himself. And at the end of the night, a triple threat match between Makoto Niijima, Mitsuru Kirijo, and Kasumi Yoshizawa will add yet another in a long line of chapters in their tumultuous three-way rivalry. Get ready for a night of non-stop action and drama, because this is Summer Smackdown.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's NXT Championship.
And here we go, starting off with a Nexus Championship match, like always. Introducing first, it is the challenger, representing Jayromada. It is Aigis. And the Nexus Championship, matches. Not really sure if it's a division or not, but the Nexus Championship belt has a few stipulations to it. I'd like to go over all of these at the beginning of the first Nexus match of the night, just in case you're new here. First, and the biggest one, if you lose a Nexus Championship match, you cannot try for the belt again for the remainder of the season. 2, it's always a normal one-on-one match. And 3, no managers allowed thanks to a certain skeletal gang from last year. And her opponent, it is your women's Nexus champion holder and your Eclipse Cruiserweight champion. It is Fiora. Looking to defend the belt for, was it 6 months straight at this point? Because I'm pretty sure she won it at Ultimate Fight Night last year, and well, she hasn't lost a Nexus Championship match this year.
Introducing the challenger from New York, Alice! And her opponent from Stillwater, the Women's NXT Champion and the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Cruiserweight Champion,
And the road to double retention starts here. Handed the belt to the referee. Referee showing Aigis. Showing the world. And here we go, referee rings the bell, and they meet in the middle with Fiora immediately running towards the ropes, but Aigis preventing that Hurricane Rana head toss. And sending Fiora down with an elbow. And like I said during Aigis' entrance, if Fiora loses this match, that is it. She cannot try for the Nexus Championship match again, well, for the remainder of the year. As Fiora elbows out, heads to the corner, and a corner Hurricane Rana DDT, and a double leg dropkick to the spine. Standing double foot stomp finds this mark, and again. Aigis with a Hurricane Rana. Fiora back up to her feet, avoiding the stomp. Both women looking for the kicks. Both women missing. And Aigis with a springboard wheelbarrow facebuster. And another Hurricane Rana. Now, Aigis does have a distinct weight advantage against Fiora, but Fiora has shown in the past that she doesn't really care that much about weight advantages, considering that she was able to easily take down Petroka a few months ago. But Aigis with a knee to the bridge of the nose, forcing Fiora up to her feet, and an Irish whip into the corner, running corner double leg dropkick, and the pin. There's one. Fiora kicks out. Fiora turning that around. Walking Aigis to the corner. Turning around face first into the turnbuckle. And Aigis with an elbow getting out. Another wheelbarrow facebuster. Fiora really does seem to be on the back foot. I wonder how much of Delta trying to play the mind games a few weeks ago, how much that is affecting her as well. There's one. There's not two. Yes, two. Yeah, I wonder how much Fiora... Is she maybe wondering if Delta will show up ringside and try to distract her again? There's one. There's two, and Fiora kicks out. Aigis forcing Fiora back up to her feet. And a snap DDT. And to the outside, heading up top. Turning around, looking for the corkscrew shooting star or corkscrew moonsault. But Fiora getting out of the way, looking for the spinning heel kick, way too eager. Fiora getting out of the way of the moonsault. And a Hurricane Rana takedown. Dragging Aigis away from the ropes. And a spine breaker. Fiora forcing Aigis back up to her feet. Kicks to the chest, sending her down. And I don't think now was a good time, or then was a good time for the taunts, but Fiora with the clotheslines. Looking to come back here. Aigis in the corner. Fiora sending her down. Corner alley-oop powerbomb. And Aigis rolling to the ropes. Getting back up to her feet, but Fiora sending her tumbling to the outside. And technically speaking, Fiora could head to the outside and, you know, just kind of chill. It's not really something that she would do, though, as Aigis gets her knees up. And Aigis catching Fiora with some clotheslines. Catching the kick. Fiora immediately up to her feet. And Aigis sending her down with an elbow. Dragging Fiora away from the ropes. Every strike that Aigis lands brings Fiora closer and closer to losing the belt, losing her streak. Top rope moonsaults, not quite getting the distance. But spinning back heel kick to the back of the head, Aigis not going down. There's an arm drag. Aigis back on the offense. Snap mirror. Kick to the spine. And the pin. There's one. There's two. Fiora kicks out. Alley-oop powerbomb in the corner and the pin. There's one. There's only one as Fiora gets her shoulder up. But Aigis lining up the finisher. Tilt-a-whirl armbar. And Fiora rolls out. And now Fiora with the trip. And the leg drop. Here's the pin, there's one, there's two, and somehow still retaining.
Here is your winner, and still Women's NXT Champion, Korea.
I have to say, my heart was in my throat for most of that match. But Fiora, still your women's Nexus champion. I think that was closer than what she wanted, but hey, you have to be able to win these matches to become a champion, and she absolutely deserves that. She absolutely deserves that win.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Men's NXT Championship.
And for our second Nexus Championship match of the evening, introducing first, it is the ringleader, Jaren. And this is gonna be an interesting one. Because every time Jaren asks for a championship match, he never actually shows up to it. Yes, he's physically there, but yeah. I'm hoping tonight will be different, but I am not holding my breath. And his opponent, it is your men's Nexus champion, it is Jack the Ripper.
Introducing the challenger from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 155 pounds, Jaren! And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 195 pounds, the men's NXT champion, the Cyborg, the Ninja.
Here we go, Jaren and Jack staring each other down. Referee rings the bell and they meet in the middle. With Jaren immediately beginning with a scoop slam. And the kicks to the face, to the jaw. Trapping the hand and stomping it. But Raiden kicking himself out. Rolling Jaren onto his back, pulling on the arm. And the half... No! The head scissor elbows. Nope, Jaren gets out of it. Tossing Raiden to the outside. Forcing him up to the feet, or up to his feet. And back inside the ring. Not sure if Jaren's trying to do some, like, psychological warfare or what. Pull back, knee to the gut. And Jaren with an elbow drop. And a stomp to the chin. But Raiden rolling Jaren onto his back in a ground and pound. Elbows to the thighs. Now forcing the challenger up to his feet. And a kick to the jaw. And the arm breaker. Now Jaren on the offensive again. And Raiden with the reversal, tossing Jaren to the outside. Standing shooting star press connects. Cranking the hand, cranking the arm. And now Jack successfully with the head scissor elbows. Referee at a 4 count. Jack tossing Jaren into the steel steps. There's 5. There's 7. Jack wandering back inside the ring. Jaren slow to his feet, but back inside the ring regardless. And a spinning side slam. Jaren with an Irish whip diving underneath. Looking for the scoop slam, but Raiden with the reversal. And an enzigiri. Irish whip sending Jaren out onto the apron and knocking him off. Raiden heading up top, looking for the frog splash. And pulling on the arm. Kneeling DDT. And a corkscrew moonsault. Jaren in a lot of trouble right now. Jack tossing him back inside the ring. And lining up the rules of nature, but Jaren slipping out of it. And now on the offensive. Spinning heel lariat. And the pin, there's 1, there's 2. Raiden kicks out. Jaren with a comeback. And middle rope. Tight roping. Into the alley-oop elbow drop and the pin. There's 1, there's 2. Raiden kicks out. And now the side slam facebuster for the belt. There's 1, there's 2, and I don't think Jaren can believe it. I can't believe it. I don't think the audience can. Jaren, despite everything, finally breaking his curse. He is a champion. He is a champion. Security escorting him out. I don't know why. But Jaren beating Jack the Ripper.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the men's undisputed Impact Universal Championship.
And for our next matchup, it is for the Jayromada Men's Universal Championship belt. Introducing first, it is the challenger, Senator Stephen Armstrong. And his opponent, it is your men's Universal Champion of Jayromada, the final boss, Matt.
Introducing the challenger from Colorado, weighing in at 500 pounds, the Senator, Stephen Armstrong. And his opponent from the internet, weighing in at 213 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Matt.
Here we go, the men's Jayromada belt on the line. The Jayromada Universal belt on the line. Referee rings the bell and they meet in the middle. Armstrong immediately pushing Matt down. I was honestly expecting one of them to rush towards the other, or rushing towards each other. And Armstrong with a belly-to-belly slam. Armstrong with a ground and pound stomp to the stomach, but Matt kicking his way out. Armstrong pushing Matt back down. Irish whip tossing Matt over the top rope. And Matt just kind of chilling on the outside. He is the champion. He can technically lose by countout and still maintain the belt. Sliding knee to the stomach. And now Matt with a knee into the neck breaker. And tossing Armstrong back inside the ring. Heading up top. Looking to fly with the elbow drop. Managing to contort himself midair to land it. There's one. Armstrong kicks out. Springboard flying forearm. Toss into the corner, clothesline. And Matt with a heel hook. Pulling on the arm. And Matt in firm control here, forcing Armstrong up to his feet. And Armstrong with the headbutt. I should not have opened my mouth. And now a back-breaking standing submission hold. Matt somehow fighting his way out. And the clothesline's catching the kick. And an Irish whip. Diving underneath, jumping over the top. And a Superman punch, sending Armstrong down. There's one. There's two. Armstrong kicks out. Matt with the flying uppercut. And the pin. There's one. There's two. Armstrong forces the shoulder up. And now Matt, top rope. Lining up. The flying clothesline. Armstrong to the outside. Matt joining him on the outside. And Armstrong taking advantage. Just sending Matt back first into the top of the barricade. And the ground and pounds. And now Matt with a spear to the outside, sending Armstrong headfirst into the barricade when Armstrong was just yelling at the crowd. I mean, that is evidence of how quickly a match like this can change. Armstrong with the reversal. Sending Matt back inside the ring. Joining him, but here's Matt with the right hands. And a fireball punch right in the corner. There's one, there's two in a rope break. Superman punch from the middle rope. And a knee to the back of the head. Springboard crossbody. And Matt in the corner, lining up. Another Superman punch, but not quite done. In the other corner. Looking for the payoff pitch, the wind-up, and the pitch. Strike down the middle. There's one. There's two. You're out.
Here is your winner, and still undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Mech.
Complacency. That's what lost Armstrong the match. Complacency. Also, Matt just being that good. But it's a mix of both. And for our first Tag Team Championship matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the challengers, or they are the challengers, Pyra and Mithra, the double-edged blades. And their opponents, they are your women's tag team champions. It is Charla and Tifa Lockhart, the Mech Femmes.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the Women's Undisputed Impact, the Tag Team World Championship. Introducing the challengers, the Shield. And their opponents, the Women's Undisputed Impact, the Tag Team World Champions, Les Femmes Fatales.
Here goes Charlotte and Tifa handing the referee their championship belts, and the referee showing the world. Mithra and Tifa the first in the ring. Referee rings the bell to meet in the middle, with Mithra immediately sending Tifa into the corner, and a spear. Choking Tifa out, referee having to break it up from a distance. And Tifa with the reversal, sending Mithra into the corner. But Mithra elbowing out. Tifa with a leg sweep. And taking in Charla. Mithra with a running crossbody. And the immediate pin, there's one. Charla not even breaking a sweat, kicking out. Mithra with an Irish whip again. This time sending Charla into the Blades corner, but Charla elbowing out. So Mithra sending her no into a pullback lariat. Pullback leg lariat. And now tagging in Pyra. Looking for the chain attack, the double underhook arm drag, and a double kick. Pyra sending Charlotte back up to her feet, back into the corner. Pulling her away, tossing her to the outside, and looking for the baseball slide dropkick. Double knee to the throat. And Charlotte with the reversal, sending Pyra back inside the ring. Now Pyra heading up top. Crossbody. I mean, Tifa could have easily pushed her down, but deciding not to. Deciding to be a good sport. Pyra picking Charlotte back up to her feet. Irish whip into the corner. And tagging in Mithra, looking for another chain attack. Uppercut right to the diaphragm. But Charlotte recovering quickly, sending Mithra into the corner. And a knife edge chop. Good tag. Tifa's back in. Mithra with the reversal, sending Tifa back into the corner. Tossing her away. And now it's Mithra's turn for the baseball slide dropkick. Mithra going after Charlotte for some reason, allowing Tifa back up to her feet and the tackle. Looking for the elbow, but Mithra pushing that away. And a single over-the-shoulder suplex. There's 5. Looking for the elbow drop, Tifa getting out of the way. There's 8. Mithra back inside the ring. Double leg Pele kick. And Pyra with the elbow drop. Going for the pin. There's 1. Tifa kicks out. Trapping the arm, stomping the hand. And Pyra sending Tifa back into the corner. Tifa elbowing out. Now sending Pyra for a run. Arm breaker into the heel kick to the side. Pyra rolling to the outside. Tifa looking for a suicide senton and just not quite getting it, but reversing along the outside. And tossing Pyra back inside the ring. And now Tifa going for the pin. Mithra with the first breakup of the match. Advantage Femmes. Tifa tagging in Charlotte, not going for a tag team attack. And now Charlotte with a knife-edge chop right across the throat. A slap sending Pyra down, forcing her back up to her feet. And a toss into the corner. Tag. And a tag team attack. Golden opportunity for Tifa. But no, Pyra managing to tag out. And Tifa, I don't know why you're going after Pyra now. Elbow to the spine, kick to the spine. And toss into the corner. Tifa dangling armbar. Looking for the springboard, but Mithra grabbing her from behind, raking the spine. But Tifa kicking out. Wrist clutch, arm breaker, kick to the spine or kick to the stomach, sending Mithra into the corner. And setting up another tag team attack, the arm breaker. Into the double kick. And now Charlotte going for the pin. Of course, Pyra's going to break it up. And now Charlotte heading up top. I'm not sure if allowing Mithra to catch her breath, I'm not sure if that's a good idea. But a flying clothesline connects nonetheless. Getting in the way of the corner. And now tilt-a-whirl, armbar. Gonna release the hold because, let's be honest, it's the AI in this game and they are fundamentally broken. No! Mithra fighting her way out. Jumping arm breaker. And Mithra heading to the corner, tagging out. Pyra forcing Charlotte back up to her feet. Toss into the corner and a spear immediately after. And the corner choke. Pyra going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Charlotte kicks out. Pyra tagging back out. Charlotte crawling to the corner. And the Desperado tag. Tifa's back in. Mithra turning Tifa around in the corner, turning her around again. And tagging in Pyra. The cross-country corner dropkick. Toss back into the corner. Tifa reversing Mithra. Tossing Pyra into the corner. Trying to go after Mithra. Now just deciding that Pyra is worth it. Tagging in Charlotte. Tag team attack. The missile. Charlotte not going for the pin. Instead, guillotine headlock. And Mithra's going to break it up. But was that part of Charlotte's strategy? Going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Pyra kicks out. A finisher here, singular or tag team. Could absolutely do it, but Pyra with the reversal, sending Charlotte into the corner. And now Tifa just jabbing at Pyra a little bit. And Pyra tags out. But Charlotte with a spear pushed aside by Mithra. Charlotte the reversal. Mithra the reversal right back. Charlotte the reversal right back, right back. Mithra with the reversal right back, right back, right back. And now Mithra tossing Charlotte back into the corner. Charlotte the reversal. Tifa's in now. Kicks to the stomach. Alley-oop powerbomb and the pin. There's one. And only one. Tifa allowing Mithra to tag out. Pyra's back in. Irish Whip looking for the heel kick, but Tifa ducking underneath. Pyra jumping over this the leg sweep. And now walk to the northern ropes. And Tifa tagging out because why use momentum? Four count from the referee. There's 5. And Charlotte kneeing out. There's 7. Charlotte tossing Pyra into the announcer's booth. There's 9. And Pyra's back in. Arm trapped, hand stomped. And Mithra tagged back in. Mithra with a huge suplex. Going for the pin. There's 1. There's 2. Charlotte kicks out. Charlotte kicking out. Irish whip. Knife edge chop. And tossing Mithra back into the corner. Running elbow. And Charlotte, that was a perfect time for a tag team attack. Nope, setting Mithra up in the Tree of Woe. Knees to the stomach. And still not going for a pin. Into the corner, looking for the tag team attack, but Mithra reverses it. Irish whip, looking for the elbow that Mithra just runs right past. And a neck breaker. Going for a weird pin. There's one, there's two. Mithra kicks out. And avoiding the stomp. I legitimately have no idea how they still have this much energy in them. Charlotte back inside the ring. Irish whip, sending Mithra to the outside. And a spine breaker. And a dragon screw takedown into a leg breaker. And an hammerlock arm bar submission-esque hold. Charla sending Mithra into the steel steps. Probably content with winning this by countout. There's 9. There's 10. Charla realizing that countout was most likely not that pin was most likely not gonna win the match. So getting the count out, and honestly, that is smart. Maintaining the belt, getting it done. Was it cheap? Maybe, but it was smart. That's knowing your opponent. That was smart.
The following contest is a special guest referee match and is for the men's undisputed hybrid universal championship.
And our next matchup, as you might have heard, is a special guest referee match. And making their way to the ring now, it is that special guest referee.
Please welcome the special guest referee for this match, the Hero.
And I have no idea why their hair is going all weird. But it is Chihiro Fujisaki. Okay, seriously, why is your hair doing that? Is it seriously that windy down there? And now for our superstars, now for our contestant, now for the two people in the match. Introducing first, it is the challenger, Dr. Ivo the Eggman Robotnik. And his opponent. It is your Eclipse Men's Universal Champion, Nekomaru Nidai.
Introducing the challenger from Authority Megacorp HQ, weighing in at 300 pounds, the engineer, Dr. Eggman! And his opponent from Japan, weighing in at 268 pounds, the men's undisputed hybrid universal champion, Coach Nekomaru.
You know, it's weird that there's only a 32-pound difference between these two. Nekomaru handing the belt over to Chihiro, who shows it to Eggman and the world. And here we go, referee rings bell. As Eggman immediately picking up Nekomaru. And a side slam. As on the, might see on the upper left-hand corner, we have our patented refometer. There's one. Eggman kicks out. Or refometer, excuse me. That's how you pronounce it. Or pherometer. Anyway, Nekomaru with an arm breaker. Looking for the people's elbow. Connects. Eggman rolling out of the way. Nekomaru picking up Eggman over the shoulders, bouncing him off the top rope. And the pin, there's two. Eggman kicks out. Nekomaru with a satellite DDT. Another pin attempt. There's one. There's two. Eggman again kicking out. Now Eggman looking for the elbow, looking for the senton. Nekomaru gets out of the ladder. And now, looking for the guillotine. I don't think Chihiro realized that was a submission attempt. Nekomaru forcing Eggman up in a cradle, tossing him against the top rope. And tossing him over to the side. Uppercuts to the stomach, sending him down. Pin attempt, there's one, there's two. Eggman kicks out. It really doesn't seem that Eggman can do a whole lot here. Nekomaru just completely controlling this match. Rolling out of the way of the stomp, hitting the clothesline. Ducking underneath. Big back body drop. And a back slam. And Eggman with a knee, the knee stomp. Kind of. I mean, a stomp using the knee. Not stomping on the knee. And bounces Nekomaru off the top rope. Kick to the chest. Now Eggman in the corner, staring Nekomaru down, running elbow. And a stomp right to the sternum. Eggman with a neck breaker. The egg beater, there's one, there's two, Nekomaru kicks out. Eggman, the Irish whip, tossing Nekomaru to the outside. And Eggman joining him along the outside. Eggman tossing Nekomaru into the corner, but Nekomaru getting out of the way of the crossbody. And Nekomaru back inside the ring. Eggman to his feet. Quickly joining him. Nekomaru with the pin attempt. There's one. There's two. Eggman kicks out. Nekomaru with the corner, trapped, boxer combo, tossing him to the side, almost landing on Chihiro. And a chicken wing pile driver. Nekomaru sending Eggman for an Irish whip, jumping over, elbow. And the pin, there's one, there's two. Eggman kicks out. And looking for the elbow to the back of the head, but Eggman getting out of the way. Running crossbody. And the pin, there's one, there's two. That was a little fast. Eggman in one corner, Nekomaru in the other, running knee strike. And now Eggman to the top rope. Crossbody. And the pin, there's one, there's only one as Nekomaru kicks out. Eggman up top again, looking for the double knees, but Nekomaru rolling out of the way. But Eggman catching him, pull back, clothesline. And tossing Nekomaru over to the side. Eggman with a kick to the spine, pin attempt. There's one, there's two. Nekomaru again kicking out. Nekomaru with a glorious uppercut. And now, another chicken wing pile driver. Going for the pin, there's one, there's two. Eggman again. Managing to kick out. And Eggman turning Nekomaru around over the shoulders. And a double knee spine buster. Going for the pin, there's one, there's two. Don't know why that was considered a slow count. That seemed fine by me. Eggman back inside the ring. Looking for the egg scrambler. And the pin, there's one, there's two. And that was a bit of a fast count. But I don't think Nekomaru is kicking out of that regardless. And your new men's Eclipse Universal Champion. It is none other than Dr. Eggman.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Universal Championship.
And for our next championship matchup of the evening. Introducing first, I don't know why we're doing it in this order. But introducing first, it is your Eclipse Women's Universal Champion, A2. And her opponent, it is the challenger to be.
Introducing the challenger from Valhalla, the 2B! And her opponent from Valhalla, the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Universal Champion, A-Tron!
And here we go, referee rings bell. A2 immediately running towards 2B, looking for the crossbody. But 2B getting out of the way. Sending A2 for an Irish whip into the corner, but A2 getting out of the way. Kick to the stomach. Stomp to the back of the head. And A2 with a snap suplex. Heading up top. Flying crossbody and the pin. There's one. 2B kicks out. A2 with the reversal. A2 back up to her feet, but 2B with a crescent moon backbreaker submission hold. That A2 immediately gets out of. Pull back, stomp. And A2 with a kick to the spine. Flying crossbody to the outside. Count of 3, but not much longer. Both women back inside the ring. A2 forcing 2B back up to her feet. Turning her around. Over the shoulders. Standing submission hold. And let's go. Lining up the finisher, but 2B the reversal. A2 with the knife edge chop, initiating some fisticuffs between the two. And A2 easily winning that. Heading up top, elbow drop. And the pin, there's one, there's two, and 2B kicks out. A2 with a donkey, not a donkey kick, an axe kick, and the pin. There's one, there's two, and 2B again powers out. A2 again looking for the finisher, and again 2B reverses. 2B with a knife edge chop in again. And now 2B lining up the finisher. The Dragon Sleeper Hold. Or the Dragon Clutch. And A2 fights out. A2 the back elbows. Heading up top. Elbow drop from the heavens. And is third time the charm? No. 2B again reversing. Irish whip. Sling blade. And the pin, there's one, there's two, and A2 kicks out. Dragging A2 away from the ropes, looking for the stomp. Not quite landing. A2 forcing 2B up over the shoulder, sending her into the top rope. And now A2 going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and I didn't even see that rope break. A2 lining up finisher number 4. And finally gets the F5. There's one, there's two, and 2B's not going to kick out. And A2 retains. Definitely earned that victory. And for our second tag team matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the challengers, or they are the challengers, Big Bang Theory. And great, the hair glitch is back. Okay, Kaito, you're gonna be looking like an Oompa Loompa. And their opponents. Okay, seriously, game? It is your men's tag team champions, Kokichi Yoma and Rentaro Amami. D.I.C.E. Like, seriously, game. You can't even get the hair colors right. And you've been out for over a year. This is pathetic.
The following contest is a tag team match set for one fall and is for the men's undisputed hybrid, the tag team world championship. Introducing the challengers at a combined weight of 295 pounds, Air Boom, and their opponents at a combined weight of 252 pounds. The men's undisputed hybrid, the tag team world champions, the Anarchists.
At least Rentaro has his hair back. Handing the referee the belts. And it's going to be Kaito versus Kokichi in the ring first. Referee rings the bell. They meet in the middle. I'm surprised how civilized that opening was, but Kokichi elbowing out, sending Kaito for an Irish whip. And Kaito fighting his way out of the corner. Uppercut. And Kaito taking out Shuichi's in. Kokichi with a sling blade. Kokichi going after Kaito. Apron facebuster, and now back inside the ring. Probably wondering where Shuichi went. There he is. And Kokichi elbows out. And Kokichi with an eye rake. Not playing fair, playing very dirty. And Shuichi with a satellite DDT. Shuichi dangling back stretch. And Kokichi sending him for an Irish whip. But Shuichi with a reversal. And a flip neck breaker. Going for the pin. There's one. Kokichi kicks out. And Kokichi desperately taken out. Shuichi taken out as well. And now it's Rentaro versus Kaito. Rentaro with a clothesline sending Kaito to the outside. And the suicide spear sending Kaito down. Kaito sending Rantaro, trying to send him into the ring, but not quite. Second time's a charm. And Rantaro desperately taken out. Kaito looking for the spear, but Kokichi getting out of the way. Now Kokichi with a combo. But Kaito sending Kokichi into the corner, setting him up top. And trying to punch him off the top rope, and does, head hitting the apron. And Kaito sending Kokichi back into the corner. Shuichi just cranking on Kokichi's neck. And now going after Rantaro, slamming Kokichi's head into the canvas. And forcing him up to his feet, but Kokichi elbows out. And Kokichi using Shuichi's own finisher against him. Kaito's gonna break it up. And Kokichi with a spinning arm breaker. And tagging out, Rantaro's back in. Shuichi tagging in Kaito. Kaito sending Rantaro into the corner, tagging in Shuichi. Looking for the tag team attack, double arm drag. And Rantaro to the outside, Shuichi following him. They try to get him back inside the ring. No, snap suplex. Rantaro tossing Shuichi into the barricade. But Shuichi with the reversal and rolling back in the ring. And Shuichi going for the pin. There's one. And Rantaro kicks out. Shuichi taking out Rantaro, or excuse me, Kaito back in. Irish whip into the corner. Corner clothesline. And now the rolling no, Rantaro with the reversal. Half-pitch knee raises. Rantaro with an Irish whip and a spinning back heel kick. Here's the pin. There's one. There's two. Kaito forces his way out. And Rantaro tagging out Kokichi's in the ring. Kaito sending him for an Irish whip, jumping over, diving underneath. And a spear. I think that busted Kokichi open. Not sure if Kaito hit his forehead against Kokichi's mouth or what. Kaito staring down Kokichi, forcing him up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner, but Kokichi the reversal. Elbow to the throat. Shuichi looking for the tag, not getting it. Kokichi the Irish whip into the corner. Kicking the leg. And a facebuster. And now Rantaro's back in the ring. Kokichi rolling Kaito onto his back. Just cranking the leg. And again, just putting a ton of pressure on Kaito's lower limbs. Sending Kaito into the corner. And a knee to the gut. Kokichi taking out Rantaro's back in. Kaito crawling to the corner, gets the pin, or gets the tag. And bouncing Shuichi off the ropes. Shuichi sending Rantaro into the corner now. And again trapping Rantaro in the corner, tagging in Kaito. Tag, team attack, double team suplex. And Kaito going for the pin. Kokichi's gonna break it up. Kaito taken back out, Shuichi's back in. And now Shuichi with an armbar. Rantaro getting out quickly. And now Rantaro going for the pin after the stomp. There's one. There's not two. And a neck breaker. And Rantaro's going to tag out. And now Kokichi going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and the referee slapping Shuichi in the head for the pin. Or for the pin count. Rantaro's back in the ring. And Shuichi tossing Rantaro away, facebuster. Into the corner. Rantaro kicking himself away from the top rope. Over the shoulder facebuster. And why would you not go for a pin there? Kaito with a cutter. Going for the pin. Kokichi's gonna break it up. The Big Bang Theory having at least some advantage. Kaito somehow with the elbow drop distance. And the pin, there's one, there's two, and Rantaro does not kick out. And the Big Bang Theory. I think we just witnessed highway robbery. I'm not complaining. Big Bang Theory's back on top. You know, BBT does not stand for Big Bang Theory. It stands for Best Bro Team. I am so sorry.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Undisputed Impact Universal Championship.
And for our next matchup of the evening, introducing first, it is the challenger, the Flamebringer, Lady Morag. Making her way to the ring with her blade, Bridget. And her opponent. It is your women's Universal Champion of Eclipse, the Ultimate Soldier, Mukuro Ikusaba. Making her way to the ring with her sister Junko Enoshima. And this match is just back to the classics. Yeah, I have nothing to qualify that. It's just back to a good old classic, very grounded style of wrestling. of course, with these two, Mukuro and Morag, both having experience on the battlefield, they are very adept at hand-to-hand combat, so they don't need all these high-flying trickery and all that. Nope, they can keep it on the ground.
Introducing the challenger from the Queen City, Morag. And her opponent from Japan, the Women's Undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Ultimate Soldier, Morocco.
And now both women warming up, staring each other down. Referee rings the bell and they meet in the middle. With how close Morag was to the center, I thought she was going to ambush Mukuro, but nope. Mukuro bouncing Morag off the ropes into her elbow. And a stomp to the back of the head. But Morag with the reversal arm drag takedown, stomping on the upper arm. Kick to the spine, and an arm breaker. Mukuro fighting her way out. Twisting the arm, pushing Morag down. And now a stomp to the thigh. Morag to the outside. Junko forcing her up to her feet. And tossing her back in. A little bit of miscommunication between the two Despair sisters. As Mukuro spearing Junko. And now Morag spearing Mukuro. A fraction of a second of miscommunication, completely flipping this match on its head. Referee had a count of 5, make that 6. Morag needs to get this match back inside the ring if she wants a chance of winning the belt, and that she does. Chicken wing, but no Mukuro with the reversal. Morag quickly regaining control. Tossing Mukuro into the corner. Morag shot to the stomach. But Mukuro reversing that, elbowing out. Junko tossing a sledgehammer into the ring. Referee very quickly tossing it away. Irish whip tossing Morag over the top rope. And now Mukuro up top. Staring down Morag. Diving jawbreaker. And a super kick turning Morag around. Suplex into the into the apron. There's 6. Mukuro tossing Morag away, missing on the elbow drop. There's 7. And Morag needs to quickly get back up to her feet if she wants a chance. And no, this is going to be a count out. Mukuro back up to her feet, or Morag back up to her feet, but not fast enough.
Here is your winner, and still women's undisputed Impact Universal Champion, Ultimate Ogre.
Am I disappointed in that finish? Yes. Is that what happens when you don't get back inside the damn ring? Also, yes. All you have to do is get back in the damn ring, CJ.
The following contest is scheduled for one fall and is for the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Cruiserweight Championship.
And now, Fiora's second championship match of the evening. And her opponent, introducing first, it is the Plague Doctor Lexibor. Honestly surprised that she has her Plague Doctor uniform on. Thought she'd go mask off, but no. I respect it. And her opponent, it is still your Women's Nexus Champion and Women's Cruiserweight Champion, coming off of about an hour and 40 minutes of rest. Which is quite significant, honestly. Might be a little bit worn out still, but it shouldn't be too bad. Anyway, it's Fiora.
Introducing the challenger from Monterrey, Mexico, Lexibor. And her opponent from Stillwater, the Women's Undisputed Hybrid Cruiserweight Champion and the Women's NXT Champion, Kirijo.
Fiora handing the belt over to the referee. Referee showing it to Lexi. Here we go. Second title defense for Fiora of the evening, and Lexi immediately taking Fiora down to the mat. Springboard looking for the enzigiri, looking for the roundhouse kick. Missing. Fiora with a wheelbarrow facebuster. Kicks to the thighs. And Fiora, she knows exactly how Lexi deals the most damage. She is a kickboxer, so using kicks. Best way to neutralize a kickboxer? Take away their kicks. How do you do that? Take away their leg. It's pretty simple. And if you are doing that quite effectively with a running kick to the chest, and Lexi kicks out at 1. Irish whip into the corner, running high kick. And Fiora with the stomps. And the arm breaker. Fiora forcing Lexi back up to her feet. Over the shoulder. Bouncing off the top rope. And now top rope moonsault. Not quite done. A right hand spinning heel kick, or spinning kick to the stomach. Big boot. And Lexi to the outside. Fiora up top. Looking for the arm drag, but Lexi stepping out of the way. Stomp to the leg. And an Irish whip tossing Lexi from one side of the outside to the other. Moonsault from Fiora along the outside. And an arm breaker. There's 6. They really need to be careful here. There's 7. Or Lexi needs to be careful, and Fiora tossing her back inside the ring. She could have easily kept that along the outside and win by countout, but she's a good sportswoman. The Irish whip. Diving underneath. Over the top. Spinning heel kick. And the pin, there's 1, there's 2. Lexi kicks out. But Fiora in really good control here. Probably learning from her match against Aigis. And Lexi not even close to a slouch. I would say pretty close to Aigis' level. Fiora, of course, knowing this, and that's probably why she's not taking the same risks that she did against Aigis, and of course, while I was saying that, Lexi with the offense. Irish whip and no! Fiora with the reversal, and the referee getting in the way. Looking for the clothesline, but running right into Fiora's kick. And now just a match of fisticuffs erupting in the middle of the ring. Well, fisticuffs, it's a bunch of knife-edge chops. Fiora with a Hurricane Rana. And Lexi kicking her off. pull back, the back elbows. One good thing about this match is that it's not a Nexus match, so Fiora could challenge for the belt again whenever she pleases. Well, not quite whenever she pleases, but... I mean, she does have that privilege now where she can ask for a championship match, and... yeah, so basically it is whenever she pleases. Both women synchronously back up to their feet. And Lexi elbows out. Irish whip. Pop-up kick to the chest. Enziguri roundhouse. And forcing Fiora back up. Sending her down with the kicks. Fiora to the outside, climbing back in. And Lexi getting caught taunting. Fiora, middle rope. Staring down the Plague Doctor. Axe handle punch to the top of the head. Even a shot like that can compress your spine and just... oh, numb your arm. Lexi getting out of the way. Looking for the springboard roundhouse kick. Fiora trying to prevent it, not quite fast enough. And Lexi making a late or mid to late match resurgence, spinning back heel kick. Not going for the pin instead. Heading to the corner, warming up the band. 3, 2, 1, sweet chin music. Crawling around, trying to get to Fiora. Finally getting the pin. There's one, there's two. Fiora kicks out. Both women's tanks probably empty. Of course, as soon as I say that, Fiora going for the pin after the after rolling out of the way. There's one, there's two, and that's one hell of a way to retain. And Fiora, I cannot honestly say that she's had a normal night, because this was anything but normal.
The following contest is an Iron Man match and is for the men's Undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Championship.
And now an Iron Man match for the Jayromada Men's Cruiserweight Championship belt. Introducing first, it is the challenger, representing C's. It is Akihiko Sanada. Looking for a bit of revenge from, was it the Chamber? When was his last challenge? Was it the Chamber last month? I genuinely cannot remember. And his opponent, it is your men's Cruiserweight champion. It is the perfect on the season, Goro Akechi.
Introducing the challenger from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 141 pounds, Akira Shibata. And his opponent from Tokyo, Japan, weighing in at 145 pounds, the men's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight champion, Gordon Alexi.
And Akechi handing the referee the belt. And here we go. A lot of history riding on this match. "15 minutes on the clock. Iron Man match rules, most pinfalls at the end, or I guess submission holds as well, at the end of the match wins. Akihiko sending Akechi into the corner. Pulling him away. Nope. Spinning back, spinning elbow. And a kick to the spine. Akihiko middle rope. Crossbody to the spine. Middle rope, crossbody connects. And Akihiko forcing Akechi back up to his feet. Blitz combo, knee to the temple. And a kick squared to the spine. Akechi out onto the apron. Akihiko looking for the spear, not quite getting the angle. And now both men to the outside. Akechi to the inside. And well, technically Akechi just needs to tie Akihiko to retain the belt. That's his champion advantage. Getting out of the way of the stomp. Flying forearm. As we're about 90 seconds into this match. And Akihiko slipping out. Shot to the back of the leg. Springboard flying forearm. Wrist clutch. Knee strike. And Akihiko with the ground and pound stomp to the stomach. Akechi back up to his feet. Akihiko sending him back down. We've seen this before time and time again from Akechi. And sending Akihiko down. Stomps to the ribs, but Akihiko fights out. Akihiko with the clotheslines, the trip. And going for the pin, there's one as Akechi kicks out. Running knee to the chest. And looking for the knees, but Akechi slipping out of the way. Springboard bulldog. Turning Akihiko around. Akihiko with the reversal. And a grand uppercut. Going for the pin. There's one. There's two. And Akechi gets his shoulder up. Still have 11 minutes to go. And Akihiko already looking for the fastball punch, the windup, the pitch, but Akechi with the reversal. Akechi with the ground and pound in the corner. Forcing Akihiko back up to his feet. Irish whip into the corner, clothesline. And now Akechi with a signature attempt. Over the shoulder, snake bite. And the pin, there's one, there's two, and Akechi, no! Akihiko kicks out at 2. We still have about 620 seconds left, 6:15. 615. Akihiko fighting his way back inside the ring. 10 minutes remain. We're about a third of the way into this match. Still 0-0. Akihiko the reversal, sending Akechi for an Irish whip. And the Thez press. The pin, there's one, there's two, and Akechi kicks out. Akihiko up top, knee to the face. And actually, I'm curious. What happens if you get counted out during an Iron Man match? Does it count as a pinfall? I would assume so. If both men get counted out, is that a pinfall for both? Neck breaker along the outside, that hurt. Just to watch. But does that count as a pinfall for both? Not entirely sure. We're back in the ring anyway. Akechi middle rope springboard. And the cover with 8:40 to go. There's two, and Akechi goes up by 1. About 6 minutes and 30 seconds into this match. Now Akihiko needs 2. Remember, a tie is good for Akechi. Akihiko forcing Akechi back up to his feet. Irish whip, Superman punch. And forcing Akechi back up to his feet. Now, technically, Akechi has never been pinned this season. I'm just saying that's an interesting stat. I'm not saying anything about it more. Akechi setting Akihiko up top and sending him down. Punching him down to the outside. As we approach the halfway point of this match. Akechi 1, Akihiko 0. Halfway. Akechi staring down Akihiko, finally joining him along the outside. And Akihiko tossing Akechi into the barricade. Now I just realized this is a weird instance where staying along the outside is actually sort of more of a detriment to the champion. Over the shoulder, knee to the chest. Akihiko going for the pin. There's 1, there's 2. And is back to 1-1. Or it's at 1-1. And I should not have opened my mouth about not being pinned. Catching up to his feet. Wheelbarrow facebuster. And the pin. There's 1, there's 2, there's 3. It is now 2-1. Akihiko with the reversal uppercut to the stomach. Akechi with the reversal. Akihiko setting himself up in the Tree of Woe, but kicking himself out. Akechi, another wheelbarrow facebuster. Trying to make this a 3-pin advantage. There's 2, and yes, it is 3-1. So it is a 3-pin advantage to the champion. Over the shoulders. Snake bite. Will it be 4? There's 1, there's 2, it's 4. 4-1. Another facebuster. 1, 2, 5-1. Akihiko needs a miracle of all miracles if he wants to get 5 pinfalls to win this match, because again, even though it's a 4-pin advantage or a 4-pin lead, Akihiko needs more. He doesn't need to tie, he needs to win. So he is looking, what did I say, like 5? It's 5-1, right? Also, I completely missed 420. Akihiko needs a pinfall every, call it, 45 seconds? Maybe 50? It's absolutely doable, but extremely unlikely. And what Akechi can absolutely do is just keep jumping in and out of the ring. Stay outside for 9 seconds, head back in. Head outside for 9 seconds, head back in. Don't think he would do that, though. Trying to make this completely out of reach. Snake bite. And trying to make this a 6-pin advantage. There's 3. 200 seconds to go. He needs a pin every 30 seconds. Again, Feasible? Likely? No. But feasible? Akihiko with the neck breaker. And he is behind pace. Now needs a pinfall every 20 seconds? There's one, there's two, there's not three. Akechi kicks out. And yeah, he needs a pinfall every 20 seconds or so. There's one, there's two, still no three. Still a 6-pin advantage for the champion. Akechi fighting his way back inside the ring. Just trying to waste as much time as possible. Approaching 90 seconds. What is 6 over 90? 1.5? Every 15 seconds? There's one, there's two, there's three. Now every 10 seconds? Yeah, no. The writing's on the wall. The next, the next 60 seconds are going to be pure formality for Akechi. And this is why he's the undefeated champion. Sure, I mean, he was pinned once this year. Doesn't matter. He's gonna win 7-1, maybe 7-2. 30 seconds remain. Akihiko needs a pinfall every 4 seconds, which is literally impossible. Now needs one every 2 seconds, which you need to pin your opponent for 3 seconds. So again, it's literally impossible. And here we go, last 10 seconds. Will Akechi try to go for 8? No. 2, 1. That was just disrespectful. Running up the score like that, showing the Cruiserweight division that he does not give a shit about them. Does not care in the slightest about them. Seven, 1. And now for a penultimate matchup of the evening.
Scheduled for 1 fall, and is for the men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight championship.
Introducing first, it is the challenger and the ultimate hope. The ultimate lucky student, Nagito Komaeda. And his opponent. It is your men's Cruiserweight champion of Eclipse. It is the one, the only, Sir Bones.
Introducing the challenger from Japan, weighing in at 143 pounds, with Kobayashi. And his opponent from the pits of hell, weighing in at 100 pounds, the men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion, gentlemen.
And here go the Bones handing the referee the belt. The referee showing the Nagito Komaeda the belt. And now the referee showing the universe the belt that the Bones and the Nagito Komaeda will be fighting for in the match. Referee rings the bell, they meet in the middle. Honestly, surprisingly civil opening. Stomp to the spine. And now Bones immediately going for an armbar, Nagito immediately fighting out. Yeah, I say surprisingly civil because these two absolutely despise each other. If last Friday wasn't, if last Friday was any indication. Bones to the outside, forcing Nagito up into a seated position, head scissors, elbow. And forcing Nagito back up to his feet, punch to the sternum, and a rolling neck breaker. Standing shooting star press along the outside. And looking for a knee drop, but Nagito getting out of the way. Single leg drop kick. And a toss inside the ring. Bones walking Nagito to the southern ropes. Bouncing him off the ropes into the elbow. And it doesn't look like the ambush on Friday is really having any effect on Bones. In fact, it might have lit a fire underneath him. There's one, Nagito kicks out. Springboard crossbody missing. And Nagito with a snap DDT. senton, and an arm breaker. And now Nagito with a sleeper hold from behind. Bones immediately fighting out. The suplex Pele kick from the Bones. Nagito back up to his feet in the corner, but immediately in the fireman's carry, small package driver. And Bones heading up top. Corkscrew moonsault. Or corkscrew shooting star press. There's one, there's two, and Nagito gets his shoulder up. And now Bones asking Nagito, why is he heading to the outside? Fight him along the inside. Suicide Senton finds the mark. Nagito tossing Bones away, probably out of frustration more than anything. And now just sitting there like, what in the hell can I do to get this match back? I could tell you what, Chicken Wing Facebuster. There's one, there's two. Bones kicks out, but that probably means something to Nagito. Bones catching the punch, reversing it. And now a bout of fisticuffs in the middle of the ring. Reversal after reversal. And Nagito with a double leg dropkick. Bones in the corner, Nagito staring him down. Running elbow. Into the stomp. There's one, there's two, and the stomp. Well, it's the stomp.
Here is your winner, and new men's undisputed hybrid cruiserweight champion with Kobayashi.
And Nagito surprisingly regains the belt. After that start, it looked like it was Bones all the way, but again, it's the stomp. Probably one of the most overpowered finishers in this universe. Does the stomp have a 100% conversion rate? I think it does. And now for our main event of the evening. Introducing first.
The following contest is a triple threat Falls Count Anywhere match and is for the Women's Undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Championship. Introducing the challenger, representing Diamond Mine from Tokyo, Japan, the Queen.
Introducing first, it is the Queen of the Phantom Thieves, Makoto Niijima. Looking for a bit of revenge against Kasumi from last month, and looking to regain the belt. Also looking for a bit of revenge against Kasumi from last month.
From Tokyo, Japan, Miss Kirijo.
It is Mitsuru Kirijo. And are we really surprised that it's these three in a triple threat match? I mean, the belt's been playing hot potato between the three of them for the entire season. It only makes sense. And last but certainly not least, it is your women's Cruiserweight champion of Jayromada,
The champion, representing Diamond Mine from Tokyo, Japan. The women's undisputed Impact Cruiserweight champion, the Phantom Violet.
it is the Phantom Violet, Kasumi Yoshizawa. And here we go, let the triple threat falls count anywhere match commence. First pin wins, so expect a lot of breakups. Because I mean, kneeing Mitsuru in the back, Mitsuru with the reversal. And now Makoto with the fire stomps. Kasumi back up to her feet. And an electric chair from Mitsuru. Kasumi looking for the springboard, but Makoto getting to Mitsuru first. And a neckbreaker. Irish whip sending Makoto to the outside. And now Kasumi finally hitting the Hurricane Rana. Head scissor toss and a standing shooting star press. Going for an early pin attempt. There's one. Makoto, Mitsuru kicks out. Wrist clutch, double knee strike. And another standing shooting star press from Kasumi. Springboard bulldog. And now Mitsuru heading underneath the ring. Picking out a baseball bat. And Kasumi immediately targeting Mitsuru. Mitsuru kicking out. Walking Kasumi to the western ropes. Knife edge chop. And just punishing the leg. Makoto with a running knee strike. Now going after Sumi, but Sumi catching the kick. And an elbow sending Makoto away. Over the shoulder. Slamming Makoto head first into the ring post. Or into the turnbuckle. And now Makoto heading underneath the ring. Picking out a steel chair. Of course it's Makoto with a steel chair. Kasumi with a double leg drop kick. Makoto with an elbow to the spine. uppercut to the stomach. And the ground and pound. Kasumi with the head scissor toss. Sunset flip. And now a kick to the back of the head. Bulldog against Makoto. And now jumping over Mitsuru's spear. And sending Mitsuru to the outside, but Makoto with a lariat to the back. Springboard looking for the roundhouse kick, but Kasumi just a little bit out of range. Irish whip into the corner. Nobody's paying Mitsuru any attention as she picks up a kendo stick. And now some bashes to the top of the head. Kasumi looking for the stun dog millionaire, but Mitsuru with the reversal. Irish whipping Kasumi into Makoto. And a face buster. Going for the pin, but Makoto's going to break it up. Mitsuru looking for the natural selection, but Kasumi playing a little bit of spoiler. Full Nelson, but Kasumi with the reversal. And again, Mitsuru again completely whiffing on the natural selection. Now Kasumi picking up the kendo stick, tossing it into Mitsuru's face. Look for the tag team, or looking for the double team. Mitsuru reversing that, and finally hitting the natural selection. And now Makoto going for the pin steal. There's one. Mitsuru kicks out. Makoto again going for the pin. There's one. There's two. Mitsuru kicks out. Kasumi would have broken it up anyway. Kasumi Irish whip. Spine buster. And now Mitsuru. Leg, ankle lock. And Makoto comes to the rescue. Makoto looking for the strikes with the baseball bat, but Kasumi rolling out of the way. Facebuster not going for the pin, going for the arm breaker. Now picking up the baseball bat. Bashing Mitsuru over the head with it. And now going after Makoto, but Makoto knocking it out of her hand. The combo. The Russian leg sweep right onto the baseball bat. Springboard moonsault. And now Makoto sending Mitsuru into the corner. Probably expecting her to bounce off. And now just pushing her over the top rope. Kasumi with a springboard Hurricane Rana. Irish whip. And a stun dog millionaire. Going for the pin that Mitsuru immediately breaks up. Mitsuru heading up top, diving elbow drop. And going for the pin. There's one, there's two. Makoto kicks out. Rolling neck snap. Kasumi just cheerleading on from the outside. Okay. Mitsuru heading it to the outside to recover. Kasumi with a Hurricane Rana. And now wheelbarrow facebuster. Unfortunately, wasting a little bit too much time, but hitting hitting Mitsuru with the toss, the Hurricane Rana toss. Step up Superman punch from Makoto. Going for the pin, Mitsuru breaks it up. And again, it's first fall wins. Hence why they're helping each other out as well as being each other's adversaries. Yeah, triple threat strategies are weird. Mitsuru with a suplex almost onto the baseball bat. There's one, there's two. Makoto kicks out. Makoto with another step up Superman. And Kasumi's back up to her feet. But Makoto with a steel chair putting an end to that. And now going for a pin. There's one, there's two. Mitsuru breaks it up at 2.9. We nearly had a new champion, or a returning champion. But no, Mitsuru denying it. Kasumi looking for the stun dog. Mitsuru getting out of the way. Mitsuru with a reversal. Half-hitch knee raises from Makoto. Kasumi running around, trying to hit Makoto, but Makoto outmaneuvering her. And Kasumi with the reversal. Picking up the baseball bat, bashing Makoto with it, now going after Mitsuru. This is for the belt. This is for retention. There's one, there's two. Mitsuru kicks out. And now Makoto with a sledgehammer. Kasumi seeing that coming, but a little bit too late. Also, I was expecting a little bit more falls count anywhere-ness, but no, this has remained relatively tame. Staying inside the ring. And now Mitsuru going for the pin. There's one, there's two, and there's three. Mitsuru Kirijo is again your champion.
Here is your winner, and new Women's Undisputed Impact Cruiserweight Champion, Kirijo.
And the game of hot potato continues. As Mitsuru biding her time, playing it smart, and that ends with her getting the championship belt. And with that, I would like to thank you all for joining us here tonight on a brilliant, an absolutely brilliant Summer Smackdown, and hope to see you, of course, on Monday, of course, tomorrow for Jayromada, on Friday for Eclipse, as we turn the corner and are, five PLEs away from the end of the year? So it's 8-Bit Brawl or Night of Champions. We've yet to decide which one for August. September's the Rumble. October is Halloween Havoc, or whatever we're naming it. November is Jailbreak. And December is Ultimate Fight Night. So yeah, we're only 5 PLEs away. Anyway, I'd like to thank you all for joining us and hope to see you, well, for the rest of the season. Until then, we are signing out from San Diego, California. See ya.